Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ, and if you haven't been to the channel before, welcome to Stonkaholics. So we're going to be going over some interesting stuff with the monsters today. We're going to be going over ADA, Cardano, and Link, Chainlink. You guys are probably going to be watching this on Monday. I'm filming this on Sunday. If you want to get this the day before it goes on YouTube or anything like that, make sure to join our VIP Discord group. By the time you see this video, I'll have this and another video about two altcoins that have massive potential. They're both in really nice buying positions at the moment. So if you want to get the early scoop on any of that stuff, make sure to join. Alright, let's jump into Cardano. So here what we're looking at is the 2018 all-time high, and this is the impulse move that Cardano is currently making. So I put this major resistance point from the 2018 all-time high where the body stopped, and then I put the other of the actual all-time high where the candle wick got to. And conveniently enough, you can see when we got to the other side of this, we had a consolidation channel right in this area of interest, which kind of shows that the historical data will play itself out eventually. You just gotta wait. In this case, you basically had to wait 3 years to watch this unfold. But we did a full, complete fill on this into a channel, which triggered this nice little impulse move. Where currently we're sitting over $2. Now looking at the STO RSI and the regular RSI, we're just breaking a resistance point and we have plenty of room to grow. So it might be stalling out at the moment, but ADA still has a ton of room to grow. I think short term it's going to push either to 2.7 or a little bit higher if it really wants to. It just depends on how much gas it can get. But I'm very bullish on this project right now, as I'm sure everyone else is. ADA Cardano is probably one of the most popular tokens right now. So you can see we already had price cross over our TP2. It is pulling down at the moment, but that's nothing to be worried about. The market itself has been going down. All in all, this is still a bullish sign because, I mean, we'll see what happens in the next 7 hours when this candle closes on the weekly. But looking at this, we have a nice big lower wick. So if this can fill out a little more, it's definitely going to be bullish in the buyers. Now the second chart here in this fib retracement is for if price was to hit TP3 and start retracing, where we can get a retracement to. You can see we're looking at 1.7 for the 6180 and 1.4 for the 7860. It's more likely it's going to hit this point. Now if you see a drop and it doesn't come all the way down to 6180 or 7860, more than likely you might be looking at a bullish divergence. So just keep that in mind, especially when you're drawing out fibs and everything like that. It can affect the future. But even looking at this, if you were to buy in down here, for example, and you sold right now and you were patient, chances are you might get a solid buying opportunity down here, and then you'd be able to remake that money up to where you sold and then the extra on top. Now on a long-term move, we're already getting to the peaks, so I wouldn't say buy in at this time. This is a little exhausted. The pro move is to wait for this to start coming down, which is what we're playing this one for. So you want to wait for this to come down and retrace and find support somewhere in these areas. Once you can find support anywhere around here in this general area, that's a better time to buy than buying up here while this is making a skyscraper. So we're going to wait for this to go down, buy in, and in the next impulse move and after full retracement, if everything is fulfilled, we can see price push all the way into the $4 range, which is double where we're at right now. If we were to buy in, probably let's say down here, we're almost tripling our investment on the next impulse move by buying in the right position. But you can see this next impulse move is supposed to be significantly larger than this one that we're going through right now. This is technically the first break, and this is going to be the third wave. So definitely keep your eye out on Cardano, and if you get a solid buying opportunity in this area, not financial advice, but I will probably be getting into it. So whatever you want to do, you can do, but I'm probably going to get into it again if it does drop down to this number especially, or anything lower. I'm going to be chipping down at it, maybe even finding support somewhere around the 1.3 or a nice little wick, and I'll join the billionaires in buying all the panic sellers in their lower wick while we move back up. Going into the next big project, Link, you can see right off the bat what's grabbing my attention is on this weekly chart. We can see that, let's mark these dates so you guys have a better idea. So on Link, it made a first major resistance on this trend line on the 17th of August 2020. Now we tried to retest that point and hit a resistance on February 15th, 2021. We're finally breaking over, but we haven't held support yet. But this is the first time in the history of Chainlink that we're going to be breaking this impulse move. This is kind of what everyone in the Link Marines has been waiting for, something ridiculous. So we want to see price push up a little bit higher and hopefully start to break this impulse line. And when it crosses this trending impulse line, we should get, if it holds support, we can get a really nice impulse move off of this. And you can see on the STO RSI, we are in good territory, sitting under the 50, but ready to pull up at any time. But with that in mind, we can also pull it down again, and this could just be a massive fake out. Hoping that's not the case, because I have a nice little bag of Chainlink too, so I want to see this climb right back up. Looking at the 4-hour chart on Chainlink, you can see we're hitting a nice little descending triangle. It's being held by the 200 EMA at the moment, so this line I can technically drop down to the bottom of the actual support that it's been holding. This will give you a more accurate representation of where price can be moving. So we're getting into this area right here where it's either going to break down hard, or we're going to get a nice little break over and then a potential impulse move if it can hold support. You can see this STO RSI also has plenty of room. We're going into the bearish area on the volume oscillator, and we just hit a resistance on the 50 RSI, looking to retest that with a little more steam. So for this, we're going to get our fib at the bottom to the top. So we're going to take our fib, we're going to put it at a major SR flip, which you can see is a major resistance on this point. Now we're holding a support, so that's a decent shot for a buy-in. That would have been a buy signal. Now based on the high, you can see we broke already down to the 7860, and we're looking to get a hold of support on the 7860. We're pulling just a little bit into the channel, but it might not be enough to fully pull us back in, especially with all of these EMAs sitting on the top holding as support as well. So ideally we're looking for maybe one little dip down to the 39.9 area, maybe even the 38, right before it starts to come back up and finally break this major resistance that we've been waiting a year for. Basically the whole history of Chainlink. Now looking at long term, Cardano is currently at 71.5 billion, so let's say 72 billion. So even if it wanted to match Ethereum, you have 3 to 4 times space movement, and you'll still be sitting under Ethereum in terms of market cap. That seems realistic for Cardano. Considering what they're doing, I think they're in a higher value than Binance is right now. Now moving down to find Chainlink, sitting at 13th. Chainlink has plenty of space to grow, even to, if it wanted to double to 34 billion, you're looking at 9th place. So Chainlink can definitely be worth $80 and plus. That's not a far-fetched idea to get into the top 10. If it wanted to keep getting higher and get more, you could see it go ×4, maybe even a ×5 if it really wanted to before the cycle ends. All in all, these two projects are probably going to be the two that will compete with Ethereum for that market cap space. Ethereum, you can see, is halfway up to Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin is slowly losing its dominance in the market. You can see even in the last 7 days, it's been dipping while Ethereum is making its own track. So now we're kind of see what other coins are doing. You can see that Binance coin is ironically following Ethereum to the T, even though it's supposed to be the solver to all of the Ethereum issues, and there's always the Ethereum versus BNB people. And Chainlink is kind of following more in the Bitcoin path right now, whereas Cardano is also making its own path, basically doing the inverse of Bitcoin. So that's a good thing to see. Probably eating up some of that market cap right now. And that about wraps up this video. Don't forget to check out our VIP Discord group if you want to see the next video. It's already posted. The two topics we're going to be talking about are Dago and VRA. Our $5 a month VIP is sold out, so now we're sitting at $10 a month. If we sell out of the $10 spots, they are limited. The price is going to go up to $15 a month, and so on and so forth. So get in early while you can. Helps to get all the information early, getting these videos a day early, sometimes 2 days early. In some cases, you can even get it a week early, depending on how far of schedule that I end up getting. But pretty much when I finish a video, I throw it onto the unpublished for anyone in the Discord to see before it goes live on YouTube. And if you found anything useful in the video, don't forget to throw a like on it and subscribe to the channel. That'd be super appreciated. And I hope everyone has an amazing day.